Hi there, I'd first like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on which these homes are built, being the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people, and give my respects to elders past, present and emerging. My name's Simon Clark, Director of Sustainable Homes Melbourne and Chair of the Sustainable Builders Alliance. If you're looking for a builder, ensure they are part of Sustainable Builders Alliance. Now I'm going to show you through our Fitroy project designed by Robert Nicol and Sons Architects and built by us, Sustainable Homes Melbourne. The history of these two Victorian terrace homes go way back, well beyond last century. The best we can tell by scrolling through the treasure trove is that these homes were originally built in 1874, which makes this renovation even more special, with 2024 being the anniversary on which these 150th anniversary on which these homes were built. So let me take you on a tour of each of these homes and give you an insight into our approach we are taking. Now there's a lot to capture in these two homes, so I'm going to break it down to 5 elements. 1 being passive solar design and the energy rating. 2 being the building fabric, focusing on the insulation and WRB. 3 being materials we used. 4 being the restoration works, and 5 being the appliances and equipment. So in brief, these homes are just about as green as you can get in the inner city. Now I'll differentiate these homes by calling the south home, and the north home, you guessed it, the north home. Now each of these homes is on a very tight site, with the north home site being 160 square metres and the south home site being 130 square metres, with 185 square metres of building on the north side and 144 being the size of the south side home. Each of these homes is reverse living with 3 beds and 2 bathrooms to the ground floor, with a generous open plan kitchen, living, dining to the first floor, with a large decking extending out over the garden and car space below. And with respect to heritage, we kept the front 2 rooms, including the old chimney of the existing homes, which are double brick and sitting on a lightweight timber subfloor. The extension we added sits on a concrete slab, low carb of course, with a 140mm timber frame. First cab off the rank, passive solar design and the energy rating. The home was really considerately designed by Robert Nicol and Son, with the help of EcoSelect building consultants doing a detailed analysis of the energy performance of each home, resulting in a 6.7 NatHERS star rating for the south home and a 7.1 NatHERS star rating for the north home. A lot of this plays into which home is able to get more northern aspect. But this is a great result considering the difficulty of achieving a good NatHERS rating with the renovation, and even more difficult on a terrace home on such a tight site. So the building fabric, focusing on the insulation, WRB and windows, our focus is always on continuous layer of insulation and vapor permeable membrane to reduce the potential of moisture buildup within the building fabric. So under floors, in the existing subfloor, we used an R2.5 polyester insulation. Under the screed slab, which is on top of our structural slab to the extension, we used an XPS foam with an R1 insulation rating. And between the ground floor and first floor, we used a polyester batt R2.5. And with our walls, with the existing double brick walls, we used a K17 insulation backed plasterboard internally with an R value of 2.35. Our new walls, which are 140mm studs, we used an R4 earth wool batt and a Proclima Extasana weather resistant barrier, I should say, externally. And our internal walls, we used an R2.5 earth wool insulation. Our roof, we applied a Proclima Mento on top of all roof structure, even where we had a ceiling cavity. And we also applied R6 earth wool insulation at the ceiling level. For windows, we used Bink's new UPVC double glazed tilt and turn windows and doors, which are extremely high performance. I'm very happy with those. Now let's talk about the materials we used. You can see these beautiful recycled messmate lined ceilings to the first floor from Timber Revival, and also recycled messmate floorboards to the existing ground floor and first floor floors. We used a burnished concrete screed slab to the ground floor for thermal mass, and that's completely decoupled and completely insulated and low carbon Pronto Eco 3, which is eco concrete as you can get pretty well. It has 40% supplemental cementitious alternatives such as fly ash. It uses 25% manufactured sand, which is a byproduct of other industrial materials, and 85% recycled water used in the mix. We also used WeatherTex cladding, which we love to use for our lightweight walls, recycled red bricks used wherever required, except for our concrete blocks, which were required to be core filled to take structural load. We use Hecker hoods for window shading where appropriate, and what I'm excited about seeing as a finished product of the home is an integrated stainless steel benchtop with sink, splashback and shelf, which will be incredibly low maintenance, no grout lines, and last for the ages. We use Dirt Bros for the tile supply, which are awesome tile shop with great sustainability credentials, and we're using brass fixtures where possible, which are 100% recyclable. So now let's talk about restoration works. Restoration works are being carried out to restore the old facades to their former glory, including restoration of the old cast iron fence that I expect was built at the same time the home was built. So it's a ripe old age of 150 years old, and it's so good that we're restoring that. Restoration also of the iron lacework on the veranda, which also I expect was done when the home was built, 150 years old. And we're restoring the old render to the north home while preserving the tuck pointing on the south home, which has just been repointed not so long ago by the looks of it. And we're restoring the existing front windows on each of the homes to their former glory, their former operable glory, I should say. And we'll be restoring the tessellated tiles to the front porch to give that old world charm feel. So we're excited about that. Now, appliances and equipment. Now, we're all electric on this project, which we love. We'll be using Bosch appliances throughout with induction cooktop, electric oven with a steam function, and we're using a downdraft ventilation system for cooking ventilation in lieu of a range hood. All lights are surface mounted to avoid penetrations through our building fabric. We have ceiling fans in each room. Ceiling fans are incredibly underappreciated, especially in summer. Of course, they can make you feel like you're 4 degrees cooler when they're on, of course. We're installing a sand and heat pump. We have concealed split system units for heating and cooling. We have our Stiebel Altron HRV system, which was quite a challenge to install in this incredibly tight site, but that'll make for an incredibly healthy and comfortable home. We also have 11 kilowatts of solar divided between the two homes with a Tesla battery for each. So we're doing very well there. So that's it. This is our Fitroy project. These 250-year-old terrace homes that are being transformed better than ever, ready to be lived in and loved well into the next century. And one or both of these homes will be for sale mid-year. So keep a lookout for that, and keep a lookout for the final big reveal of the finished product of these homes. I'm really excited to bring you in a couple of months' time. Thank you to Renew for putting on an awesome sustainable house day yet again, and thank you for watching.